All right, up next on the docket, we got another fighter on that BKFC 23 card. She will be one half of the only female fight on the card that night. Her name is Jessica Link. Here she is. Hey, what's
Hi.
up? How are you?
What up?
It was good. My cat left me alone literally until you pulled me on.
You made
Oh,
it
man.
home.
Yeah.
Traffic wasn't bad.
So I left the gym with plenty of time to get home, do everything I needed to do. 10 minutes after I left the gym, I got a text. Hey, you said 6:30, right? I'm here. I had a client that I forgot about. So I
Oh,
had to go back.
well, look at you just
Those
trying to keep your
clients.
life together. 2 weeks
No,
out from.
I'm trying, but that doesn't mean it's working.
Oh man, well here we are. You're gonna about to make your second trip to the BKFC squared circle in your is Wichita your hometown or is it just like near
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah, I live here.
You live in Wichita.
Yep.
That's nice.
Very
You
convenient.
gotta love fighting at home, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I live maybe 15 minutes from the venue. So
Oh,
it's,
beautiful.
yeah.
Look at you. BKFC must love your ass. They don't have to get you a hotel room or a flight or any of that shit.
Second time.
Second time. So how excited are you now? You made your debut in Kansas the last time. You went to war with Segala. It was an unbelievable fight. It went to the decision. The decision didn't go your way. A lot of people had mixed thoughts on that, but you don't win them all, but you
Right.
got a good taste of the bare knuckle sport.
Definitely.
Tell us, how were you feeling after that fight, and how great are you feeling heading into your second time out there?
Oh, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Like my coach told me to like shut the fuck up in my corner after the first round. Because after the first round, I went back and I was like just hopping up and down. I was like, "Holy shit, I love it!" He's like, "Shut the fuck up and sit down." No, I loved it. It was great. I don't obviously the split decision went to her, but I didn't walk away feeling like I lost. It was my debut. It was my pro debut against someone. I think she'd already had like 7 pro MMA fights or 7 pro fights total, something like that. So she had a lot more experience than I did. And for me to go out and, I gave her a run for her money. I mean, she walked away with a ton of damage. I didn't. I mean, it just, the score went the way it did. That's fine. I don't want to take anything away from her because she was a great opponent. So I left feeling good. I mean, I lost, but it didn't feel like a loss. I felt really good about that fight. Granted, I turned around and went to Biloxi on Jorge Masvidal's card and went and did game bread, not a grappler. And that was evident about 4 minutes into the first round. Not a grappler. It was all bad.
Well, Monica Medina is a jujitsu player, man.
Right.
That's her shit.
Right. Well, I talked to her after the fight because we were watching all of her videos and she was slow. She was methodical. She read her opponent during the first round, and every fight of hers we watched, that's what she did. That's not what she did with me. She came out and aggressively went for the takedown. And I asked her afterwards, we talked. She was super nice. Like she was fantastic to talk to. I asked her, I was like, what was that? Because we were not ready for that at all. And she goes, I watched your BKFC fight and I know I couldn't stand up with you. And so that was their whole thing, was on the ground. And once she got me there, I got stuck. And, that's not my first time I've gotten stuck there. My coach was in the corner probably just telling me, whatever, we're done. It wasn't my first time for that. But that was a loss. I know I lost. I did awful. I felt like shit afterwards. I looked like shit afterwards. But now that BKFC fight, I didn't take it as a loss. I mean, yeah, it's a 0 on my record, but I felt like that was a successful fight for me, being my debut and my pro debut.
So do you prefer then BKFC to game bread?
Oh, yeah.
Bare knuckle MMA?
I started in a Muay Thai gym, and I've been doing jiu-jitsu the whole time. I do jiu-jitsu. I mean, I'm a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, but I say that very loosely because for every kickboxing or Muay Thai fight that I've had, I stopped training jiu-jitsu because my jiu-jitsu coach even has been of the mindset, hey, if you've got a kickboxing fight coming up, why are you up here? Go hit the bag. So last year I took 6 fights. Only 2 of those fights were MMA. So, I mean, 6 fights in a year, I was in fight camp constantly. Not much of that was in jiu-jitsu. So I don't dislike doing it. I just have not spent near as much time honing that skill in as I have my stand-up.
We got a lot of familiar faces on this card as well. Like With you, Isaac, Rickles,
Yep.
Moffitt, these guys were all on the last card out there. It's almost like you guys are running the same card out there, just all new opponents, right?
So there's only, I mean, there's a few gyms here in Wichita. There's maybe 3 major fight gyms here in the city, and we all kind of cross train with each other. Most of us all at one point or another kind of trained under the same person, whether it was 10 plus years ago, within recent years, but we all kind of know each other. So we all train together. I shared a photo on my Instagram just the other day. It was on Sunday. I mean, over half the people on the card from Wichita, we were all in that photo, whether we train at the same gym or not. I mean, we help each other, we train each other. And there's only so many of us here. Wichita is not a big city. So when we do get a card here, you're probably going to see a lot of the same faces because there's just not a ton of us here.
Well, as long as there's a couple karaoke bars, that's all we need.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's one just south of the venue, like 2.5 miles. Shout out to Biff, you guys. It's called The Stop. And it is like the most dive bar, hole in the wall karaoke place you'll ever find. And it's awesome.
Oh, it's perfect for Tony.
Yeah. See, while we were talking to Tony, Jessica was in the comments here, in the private comments. She said, I got you all on karaoke. Do you sing karaoke regularly?
I used to. I don't really go to the bar anymore. That kind of came along with this lifestyle. I don't really go out. But if I had to pick a bar to go to, that would be it.
Okay. All right. Well,
Might be a battle happening.
you do have a fight coming out. And we just went, several minutes without even bringing up the fact that you have an opponent. So
Right.
let's talk about that for a minute. You're fighting Crystal Pittman,
Mhm.
the rugged beauty. She's coming on the show in half an hour from now. What are your thoughts on her? She's got 2 fights in the BKFC. The first one was a doctor stop, and the second one was another war. What do you think about Crystal?
I really have not seen enough from her to form like a solid opinion. She's just so new to fighting. I mean, she had those 2 fights in BKFC, and from what I heard, I didn't watch it. I didn't see it for myself. Before that, she only had 1 amateur kickboxing fight. Do you guys know if that's right?
Yep.
Okay. So there's not a lot to know. She's still a new and developing fighter. So I feel like it's not fair to, give an assessment, but it shows in her fighting that she is newer, and that's not a bad thing at all. That's actually kind of scary for me because it's just like being in the gym training, especially when I'm in a fight camp. I don't spar with the new people because they do weird stuff or just unorthodox things that are not normal. And that's kind of how people get hurt. So that's actually kind of a scary aspect. Someone who doesn't have a ton of experience, is it going to be something weird? And am I going to know what to do with it?
What's funny is when I was watching UFC recently, Roxanne Modafferi, it was her final fight. And Michael Bisping was comparing her fight style. And he was like, I'm not trying to talk shit about her fight style, but what I'm trying to say is she kind of fights in a way where you're fighting a new person. And that's basically what he said. Like, she's like, you don't know where she's coming from. Very unorthodox, like weird things are happening. And he's like, she's doing it on purpose, obviously, but that's what he was saying.
And,
basically
I don't know how long before that, that kickboxing fight, I really don't even know how long she'd been training. Like, I have zero information. I really haven't gone looking for it either. I'm sure I could have found some things out. But on my end, that's not really changed what we're doing. I mean, obviously we've watched her 2 BKFC fights. We've seen, okay, this is kind of what's going on. So there's some things we need to do to deal with that. But outside of that, it's mostly just been muscle memory and working with my coach just over and over and over. And that's how my last camp went. For these 2 fights, I've done camp with a new coach. He's fantastic. And his philosophy really is, I don't care who your opponent is. We'll use it to figure out, a baseline, but other than that, we don't care. So
you're just going to have a set game plan, and it really doesn't matter who the human is in front of you.
Right. Like, just the general movements of what we've seen from her that set our baseline. And then outside of that, his philosophy is, it doesn't have anything to do with her. It has everything to do with me. And if I'm going to go out and do what I'm supposed to do.
So the first time, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say jitters, but like giddiness, like you were so fucking happy to be in there last time.
Right.
You will have shaken them out this time, and you will be settled in and ready to be a consummate pro in the bare knuckle world this time, right?
I feel like it'll be a little bit better. It wasn't so much like all my nerves kind of go away once I get, once the cage door closes or once I'm in the ring. I'm not really nervous anymore at that point. But for the last BKFC, it was, I didn't know what it was going to be. You can't practice getting punched in the face with a bare fist, like Isaac and I will do sparring without gloves on. We're going light, we're touching, we're looking for holes, we're finding the soft spots, but we're not actually punching each other in the face.
Right.
So you can't really prepare for that. So that was really, I was like, what is this going to be like? But outside of that, that was about it.
Jessica fools you. She has the school teacher look going, but she'll beat your ass. Good call. I mean, you could go headbutt a fucking goat in Puerto Rico to train your forehead for getting punched in the face, right?
I saw that video today. Actually, I was looking at that video right before I got on the computer today.
That's a big ass goat, right?
I would be afraid of just like it crushing my neck.
Yo, Poncho's a huge goat. If anybody hasn't seen that,
for sure,
go out and check it out. Lorenzo Hunt having a ram contest against Poncho, the BK goat down there. Yeah, we're really excited to see you back in the squared circle. I could tell that you are prepared. You're excited to get back in there. Before we let you go and move on to Mr. Captain Deadpool, we're going to throw your sponsors up here, and you're going to determine who the greatest movie dog is of all time.
Oh, okay.
I know you're an animal person.
I thought you were going to ask me sports questions, and I was
no.
Sports, like I don't know.
No.
Nope.
I know you're an animal person. And number one, Beethoven versus Hooch.
Hooch.
Yes, dude. I'm so glad you said that.
I used to have a Mastiff.
Lassie versus Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
Fuck Lassie. And okay, so that puts Hooch versus Scooby-Doo. Who wins the greatest movie dog of all time?
Oh,
Hooch.
come on.
Fuck yeah. That's awesome. I love it. Jessica Link, Turner and Hooch is one of the greatest movies of all time as a kid, at least. I'm going to give you an opportunity to shout some people out, say a few things, thank some people, and maybe if you want to give us a prediction on the fight, go ahead.
So first and foremost, my coach, he does not, his gym is private, it is invite only. And he took me in for the last fight camp and he took me in for this one. He is fantastic. Ross Purity, you are awesome. Thank you. Bad Intentions Boxing, they have welcomed me and they're awesome. Best sponsor of the forever goes to Annie Spence though with Unbreakable Strength Co. I just got a pair of squat shoes in the mail today from her. They're expensive. I was never going to buy a pair. I had surgery right before the last BKFC. Like I didn't tell anyone that, like right before it on my ankle. I can't squat anymore. My ankle's screwed up. I can squat now because she got me some squat shoes. So Annie, you are awesome.
Were you wearing them in the video you posted on Instagram?
Yeah.
Those are, I was wondering what the hell those shoes were. Those are squat
shoes. They're made specifically to so you don't have to have dorsiflexion in your ankle to be able to get the range of motion for your squat. Shut up.
Very cool.
Stop that now.
Is that Hooch?
That's my Sharpei and my German Shepherd being dickheads.
All right. So did you have anything else you wanted to say? Give us predictions?
No, I think they're telling me I'm done.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Do you have a referral code?
Yep, if you go to my Instagram, it's really stupid. Just look at my name, you'll find me. It's in my bio. Got the link there. So anyone who can't make it to the show, click it, get the pay-per-view, $4.99 a month. Or if you're in Wichita, get with me. Don't get with Rickles. Rickles sucks. No, not really. I'm just kidding. Get with me for tickets. He doesn't need the ticket money. I do.
All right. Thank you very much for coming on. Mike, you got anything else for Jessica?
No, thank you so much for coming on. We will be there live to see you fight. Looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you.
See ya. Bye-bye. All right. Jessica Link, she's ready for the Rugged Beauty. Sounds like a good time.
Yep.
She's awesome, and she's going to bring us to a dive bar karaoke place, and we're going to get Tony to sing. What the hell was he going to sing?
He said he was going to sing like Wild Horses, I think.